If you're afraid of the dark, don't worry, I am too. So let's check it out. If you remember these batteries, then you probably had a really awesome science teacher, but I bet you didn't know it was also a flashlight. The Blocklite is a bunch of tiny LEDs stuffed inside the same rectangular shape of a 9V and squeezes right on top of a naked battery. Thankfully, 9V batteries are naturally covered and don't leave any contacts exposed to cause any harm, but in a pinch and for whatever reason you're carrying around a 9V battery, you'll be able to instantly have light and even brightness options too. The beauty being, if you went too ham with one battery, all you have to do is swap it with another. However, with only 60 lumens of output, it's great to search for your lost remote under the couch, but it will last for over 60 hours. It fits on tightly and survives my scientific shake test, while also staying clipped in place through my scientific drop test too. I would personally pair it with rechargeable 9V batteries, and honestly, I just love the squarish design of it all, but it's also small enough to carry in your emergency pouch, just in case. This may be my current favorite flashlight, as it's the only one I know that charges wirelessly like my iPhone. Better yet, for a limited time, they're re-releasing their dual white LED option, which gives you almost double the output. Combined with their exclusive plastic charging case option that was previously only available during their Kickstarter, alongside this glacier blue and white model that's super limited, so once it's gone, it's gone. So don't even check with your girlfriend on this one, buy now and ask for forgiveness later. Because these plastic models have a soft touch finish so you don't have to worry about scratching your other gear, and it's lighter than their aluminum cases, yet still durable enough to withstand this. So pick this up during their anniversary event alongside other discounts, but the fact that it's built like a tank also helps too, but the Wuben X3 has a secret as well. Well, bam! Another first for me, a spinning head for either a front or forward facing light. Something you don't think you need until you experience it yourself. Now it does only have 2 LEDs, but one is designed for your regular light output, ranging from as low as 1 lumens all the way up to 700 when maxed out. More than enough for something this compact, and when swapping to the other side, it's got a dedicated red light mode. So never be afraid of the dark ever again, metaphorically speaking. Now, for anyone that actually enjoys going outside, the Wuben E7 Headlamp can provide light hands-free. Who knew wireless lighting was a thing until now? The best part is, unlike other headlamps, the E7 can be detached and used like a regular flashlight. The dual LEDs can output 1800 lumens of brightness, cover 180 degrees, and reach 132 meters away in this tiny, average size body, which makes it the perfect work light attached to your shirt, clipped onto your belt to light your pathway, or onto any strap to make sure your crush can see you from a distance. The magnet mount makes it convenient as a work lamp too, as the front facing design auto magically lights up your desk, projects, and especially useful for your drawers. And with only a button on top to activate its 6 lighting modes, there aren't any moving parts to break or fall off, making the metal body feel like a total chonker that you can count on to take a beating. Plus, they offer accessories like the extension body for even larger batteries, allowing you to go from 60 hours of runtime to more than double at 180 hours. So if you ever get lost when you're out and about, just know that this flashlight will last longer than you will. Especially when you consider it passes my scientific shake test, is IP68 waterproof to make it through a hike or just around your basement, and makes for a useful outdoor, camping, and adventure light, a perfect complement for your other everyday daily carry flashlights. So, links, details, and discounts down below. For the aspiring artists who are also afraid of the dark, so like 67% of you, the Olight O-Pen Glow not only makes for a great nose designer, but has a ring light to ensure you can see every stroke when you're sketching nose drawings alone in the dark. Plus, it's bolt action too, making it super addictive to play with and probably annoy everyone else around you. Speaking of annoying, we all had one of these as a kid. Thankfully, growing up, you realize laser pointers are super dangerous, but also useful in pointing out others' flaws. So having one on hand at all times is a no-brainer. All that in a metallic body, which let's not ignore the wicked donut design too. Not only does it look cool and is a conversation starter on its own, the textured finish and colored sprinkles are surprisingly detailed. I would proudly clip this onto my shirt to have instant access, but will probably find myself flicking, spinning, and constantly clicking for how good the solid metal feels in the hand. Plus, it's about the same size as any regular pen and even includes its own wireless charger that doubles as a pen stand too, making this pen more useful than you are. That being said, this design may or may not be helpful to your diet, as it's a constant reminder of the good, and it may actually taste just as sweet too. In no lifetime did you ever think, I should buy a UV light, unless you're trying to print money, live with boys, or you're from 2069, where this IMALENT BL50 flashlight design is probably from, because it's easily one of the coolest cybertech aesthetics that just so happen to include a UV light, which the first thing you'll do is probably check how dirty you are and then just point at anything and everything that's white. But when you find out it makes for the perfect glow in the dark charger, you won't stop showing it off to your friends like this. With the main flashlight utilizing a single LED that outputs 3600 lumens in what feels like a giant tube of metal. There's a quick trigger button on its side and its main button on top to cycle through its other brightness options. Plus, it ain't lying. When you run it on max for a little too long, the metal does get a little toasty. I'm weirdly a fan of the Pringle tube-like shape. With a lack of any indents or sharp edges, the button placement is easily accessible for quick wham bam light in your eye emergency, but also feels like a mini baton you can just toss at someone for a quick getaway. Surprisingly, there isn't a clip, so you'll need a pouch or dedicated pocket to store it in, but with its large screen, USB-C recharging, and overall Tron vibes, it might just be worth tossing into your pocket to match your other average size tools in your pants too. Have you ever wanted to take a sick selfie, but it was darker than your Speedo tan outside? Well, these D-Rock or Drocked tiny USB nightlights may be the answer to why you're only getting 3 likes on Instagram. I'm using a USB-A to USB-C converter for my iPhone, and it makes for a fairly bright LED stick in such a tiny body. But when attached to any power source, it's the perfect little nightlight around your workstation, desk, or any spare USB charging port, so you can finally see which direction the damn cable properly goes in. Made of a thick circuit board like material, it's touch sensitive, so you can dim or simply turn it on and off. And with its low power consumption and lack of heat it creates, it's a no-brainer to buy a pack of 5 and plug it into every hole. This may break the bank, but you will never ever have this much fun with a flashlight. The Mankerlight Timeback III has it all. Starting with its chubby finger-length size, it's like holding a firm spring roll that has a fidget spinner ring built in, alongside 3 other fidget twisters, spinners, and even a button clicker that no one can yell at you for clicking over and over again. The main button on top is like an alien world on its own, with a gem-like design and its own colored LEDs built in. It's used to power the light on and off, but also holds its own raves inside that you're obviously not invited to. Outputting up to 2500 lumens of light, basically it's more than enough for your day-to-day usage, as long as you don't get lost in a forest on a Wednesday night. But even then, the tough metal body makes for a surprisingly sturdy self-defense tool too. However, if you're really scared, you can just do this. And while it won't save you, at least you'll feel super satisfied at how smooth it spins. But fair warning, it will look like you have a heavy chub in your pants. Several colors are available, and they utilize a USB-C rechargeable battery that can last over 10 hours on the low mode and about 30 minutes at its max. Personally, I've never seen a flashlight with a mind of its own around back, and it's honestly mostly a looker, but one you can proudly display, as your girlfriend will probably love how much exercise your fingers are actually getting. Now, the most productive way to carry a flashlight is to have it on something else, like a multi-tool from Victorinox, and one of our favorites is the Midnite MiniChamp. It's got tools galore and even a pen built in to this tiny little peanut-shaped pill. However, if you've ever used a Swiss Army knife, you understand how handy they are, especially for its size. The MiniChamp specifically has more than most, offering a screwdriver, bottle opener, and a classic mini blade too. Oddly enough, when joined forces, the LED ensures that your cuts are as precise as possible. Don't worry, the button battery is replaceable, so you don't need to toss the whole thing away when it runs out. However, my favorite tool is the built-in pen, because these are all tools that I wouldn't carry by themselves, so having them all in one place that fits onto my keychain is a no-brainer. Plus, if you don't need all those tools, their Onyx Black version is just as useful and coming in much slimmer with just the important tools, which is perfect for some midnight doodle sessions. Let me know, should we curate the best knives next or the best sling bags? But that's it. I rest my best flashlights.